Climate change is happening, and we are causing it. As a result of the Industrial Revolution that kicked off in the mid 1700s, the Earth's surface is warming up. A major reason for the rise is the increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere. These cause our planet to retain heat from the sun. Greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide and methane are released into atmosphere when fossil fuels are burned. Trees and ocean absorb carbon dioxide but can't handle the large amount that are now building up in the Earth's atmosphere. And because our forests are shrinking, even less carbon dioxide is absorbed. The high levels of carbon dioxide are already acidifying oceans, killing off coral reefs. It's also triggering a dangerous rise in the sea level and an increase in extreme weather events. As climate change transforms global ecosystem, it affects everything, from the places we live, to the water we drink, to the air we breathe. As the Earth's atmosphere heats up, it collects, retains, and drops more water, changing weather patterns and making wet areas wetter and dry areas drier. Higher temperature worsens and increases the frequency of many types of disaster, including storms, floods, heat waves, and droughts. These events can have devastating and costly consequences, jeopardizing access to clean drinking water, fueling out-of-control wildfires, damaging property, creating hazardous material spills, polluting the air, and leading to the loss of life. Air pollution and climate change are inextricably linked with one and the other. When the Earth's temperature rises, not only does our air get dirtier, with smog and soot level going up, but there are also more allergenic air pollutants such as circulating mold and pollen.
The greenhouse effect is a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth's atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space and the rest is absorbed and re-radiated by greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases include water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, ozone, and some artificial chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbons. The absorbed energy warms the atmosphere and the surface of the Earth. This process maintains the Earth temperature at around 33 degrees Celsius warmer than it would otherwise be, allowing life on Earth to exist.
Good morning, I'm Mark Joshua Iroda from 280, and the topic that I will discuss is all about environmental mitigation measures. What is environmental mitigation measures? Environmental mitigation measures is the process of measuring the impact of human activities on the environment. This mainly focuses on the infrastructures that are made by humans like roads or highways, infrastructure devices that produces power and energy, cars, buildings, and other infrastructure devices or projects. Environmental mitigation measures also help us to reduce and minimize the harmful effects of the things we do in our environment, like pollution, deforestation, climate change, and loss of life. Here are some ways to reduce the effect of human actions in the environment. First, conserve energy. Conserving energy is not only for lowering the bills that we are going to pay, but also to preserve it for longer use, because things that can generate energy also produces gases that is harmful for the environment, animals, and humans. Second, choosing a location for making projects. Choosing a location for making some infrastructure projects can make a huge impact in our environment. A better location for making projects is in an empty environment because we can do much more projects from it and have more space for everything. Choosing an empty location also helps us to save the environment because we do not need to cut trees just to have more space for our projects. Third, recycle. Recycling is the most common thing we need to do in order to save our environment. Most of us humans are throwing away stuff after using it, especially plastic products. Rather than throwing it away immediately, we could use plastics to make more efficient things like making a pot for our plants. Recycling products not only saves us money, but we are also saving our environment. And lastly, walking or cycling. Transportation devices like cars and motorcycles produce gases that can harm the environment and the health of humans. By walking or using a bicycle, we can reduce the air pollution in our environment and also make our lives healthier.
What are environmental measures? It is any information assortment, action, or examination including the appraisal of chemical, physical, or natural elements in the climate that influence human well-being or personal satisfaction, and be more familiar with natural estimation projects and apparatuses that guide ecological choices. It can be also be considered, for example, that there are major subsets of environmental measures in line with the pressure state response model developed by the OECD. One subset of environmental measures is the collection of ecological measures, which can include physical, biological, and chemical measures such as atmospheric temperature, the concentration of ozone in the stratosphere, or the number of breeding bird pairs in an area. These are also referred to as state indicators as their focus is on the state of the environment or conditions in the environment.
Global warming, the phenomenon of increasing the average air temperatures near the surface of Earth over the past 1 to 2 centuries. Climate scientists have since the mid-20th century gathered detailed observations of various weather phenomena such as temperatures, precipitation, and storms, and of related influences on climate such as ocean currents and the atmosphere's chemical composition. These data indicate that Earth's climate has changed over almost every conceivable timescale since the beginning of geologic time, and the influence of human activities since at least the beginning of the Industrial Revolution has been deeply woven into the very fabric of climate change.